All right, welcome to the 2025 Naples International Film Festival in Naples, Florida. For our viewers at home, tell us a little bit about your film, then jump right into it.
Yeah, so Do Us Part is a romantic comedy dramedy. It's about three friends from college who reconvene at a wedding where mishaps occur, to put it lightly. It's about two friends who almost kind of dated in college, never quite did, and her character shows up to rectify what she considers that mistake. I play the best man trying to keep them apart so that the past doesn't blow up the present. And it's kind of about that time in life where you leave your friends in college and you deal with all the romantic turmoils of your early to mid-20s. I like to say that by the time you're 25, you're either married, about to be, or you've just been through a hellish gauntlet of almost and near misses. And so it's kind of about that period of growth and the pain and bittersweet love that can occur.
You and I talked last night on the red carpet. You're looking very dapper. And you said to me that, this came from a section in your life where you had a lot of pain and doubt. So
Yeah.
Talk to me about that, and then talk to me about using that negative energy into writing the script, because the script and the story is very clever.
Thank you, sir. I don't want to say it's all negative, but it can be painful. Painful and negative being different things.
Say painful.
Yeah. Well, when you're in your last years of college and in your early 20s, I felt like college was a place I felt very generally. I loved being there. I loved the energy, and there are just a few relationships. People you date, people you almost date. It's just hard. You're figuring out who you are, and you're figuring out who you're going to be, and a big part of that is who you're going to be with. And so there's, I'm not going to go into the specifics, but I left with some scars in that arena. And I always loved the TV show Friends, and I was thinking about what I'd want to write for myself, and so I figured I'd take that kind of relationship drama and those near misses and write a bantery, witty, sitcom-like, it was originally a short film about that. I put some experiences of, I've been Ryan and Rose. If you know the film, that you'll know what that means, but I've been on both sides of that equation. Neither side's ever fun.
How long did it take you to write this? Because the story is very witty, it's funny, it's smart, it's sophisticated. So how long did it take you to write this?
The original, it's been so long, Deb, I'm going to forget, but the original was a 25-page short film. That didn't take very long. Then we decided to do it as a play, and we started rehearsing just those 25, 30 pages. And then our acting teacher, who was also director, had us do some exercises to build out the college friendship aspect of it. And so we did that, and I realized I could write those. We could really make this a full-length play. And that took probably a month to write those scenes. So, all told, probably about 8 months to have a full play that then became a screenplay a few years later. But that heart of the story took probably about 8 months.
How did you get involved in the picture?
So I was in the same acting class as Reed, as well as Travis, the other lead actor. So we workshopped it a little bit in class, but definitely Reed wrote it with us in mind to play those characters, which were representing pieces of himself. And I was extremely offended at first because when I got the script, it was like, here, you're this, going to a wedding to break it up. I'm like, that's what you think of me, Reed? But I'm so grateful because it is a challenge and it is a very complex character, and we all have been each one of these characters at one point in our lives, and so it's an honor to tell her story.
Talk to me about the challenges. How did you overcome those challenges, and what was the most difficult thing about getting into the character and getting that character right, which you did?
Oh, thank you. That means a lot. Thank you so much. It's kind of funny. Okay, so challenges, I morally would never do that to someone. It's to me, and also when we were working on this, I had just gotten married, and it was like, what a B word, like I'm not.
People actually act like this?
And women of my demographic, newly married or getting married, hate me, hate Rose. Comments horrible, I am a polarizing character. And so for me, I'm typically a more easygoing, happy person, and so to be polarizing was very scary to me and vulnerable, and to not please others and do something that's selfish terrified me because I don't do that a lot. So also, the other lead actor and I, who we're supposed to be in love with, we didn't get along 10 years ago.
Boy, howdy.
we didn't like each other. So it was really hard to do this play and be in love when I could tell he hated my guts. And I only didn't like him back because I'm like, why don't you like me?
He's not here to defend himself.
I know. So
get along great
now 10 years later, he's my bud. I enjoy his company so much, and he's such a wonderful person. But it's hilarious. We had to grow up in order to become good friends and have that great chemistry. So I'm glad this film happened now.
You have a really good cast. The main characters are really good. They're seasoned professionals. They're smart. They're witty. One of my favorite characters is the grandpa.
Yeah.
He is sitting in the car. He kind of has a little crowd going.
I know.
And he's talking about his Vietnam experiences.
So funny.
So talk to me about writing that scene, because to me, that could be any of our grandpas or uncles. And I thought there was a really smart choice to put that in there.
Thank you. In the play, you know, because it's just the three characters, it's not there. My character just runs off scene, and you don't know what's actually going on. But when I was filming, I thought, well, let's show it, and let's make this grandpa character a little bit a bigger part of it. And yeah, I found Brett Decker through a backstage or some casting website. And he just showed up and was just hysterical. That scene was the hardest scene to edit of any scene in the movie, because to decide when to cut and to decide what to show and how long. I mean, there was a point where I was like, I just need to not do this scene now. I need to do it as a post-credit scene, because there's like 5 minutes of footage that I wanted to include. He was so hysterical. And not everything actually made it, just for pacing. But
he never broke character.
He didn't. But the other funny thing was that we did 5 takes of it from different angles, and in the first few takes he was kind of quieter. I don't know, it's kind of a quieter, slower, pensive old man. And then we put one where, it was right on him, and he became this just fiery old grandpa. And that was the care. Like, we're going to use as much of that take as possible, because that was just gold. He made it so funny. Yeah.
And we know those grandpas because they're at our Thanksgiving and Christmas and Hanukkah tables every year.
Right.
And they just want to be loved. They wanted to talk to someone. But it was just the connection with him and the younger cast members was just so genuine. They were like, yeah, I've been to Vietnam.
Yeah.
You haven't been to my Vietnam. It's just so wonderful.
Yeah.
The other thing I really enjoyed about your film, and this is more of an editing cinematography thing, is your quick edits. You did a really good use of quick edits. You're bouncing around. It really reminded me of the Robert Altman film MASH.
Okay.
Especially in the operating scenes where he was, going around, but these quick cuts reminded me of Robert Altman's MASH and a lot of his other work as well.
Well, I knew. It's based off a play, so it's very talky. There's a lot of people sitting and talking, standing in rooms, and so I knew I would need that kind of fast-paced editing to make it lively. And I also had a terrific editor. Yu Jung Hao did an amazing job. She has a great sense of comedic rhythm as well. And so I'm thank you for noticing that. I'm grateful for her work. She was very good about. There's more special effects in this film than you'd realize, because she would splice shots together to keep that pace that the film needs. Stuff that I never would have thought of. She was great.
But you don't see it as special effects. She uses it very smartly.
Very much so.
You talked about a lot of challenges. What did you learn about yourself professionally and personally while making this film?
Ooh, oh my gosh. So much. So much. Like, we're going real deep on a... Okay, what I learned about myself, that... I guess that just... I am enough. And I am naturally inclined to work as hard as I possibly can for my friends, and I will do anything for them. And this is a true testament to that. Like, I will literally stay up 3 days straight, whatever. I don't care. I will do anything for friends. So I guess loyalty, friendship, hard work. I was like, wow, I am those things. Like, I represent those things. And that made me proud.
I think we all struggle at one point of our life about, are we enough? How did you overcome that?
Just trusting and being surrounded by other people who I guess also feel that I'm enough, but also surround yourselves with people who don't, and challenge yourself with that and find that just within yourself. I guess art It sounds so corny, but art is the one thing I go back to whenever I have self-esteem issues or anything like that. I'm like, wow, no one can take away my art and what I have living inside of me. So that's kind of cool.
You're here at the Naples International Film Festival here in Naples, Florida. What does it mean to the both of you to have this smart, witty, sophisticated film here in Naples for the audiences here in South Florida?
Yeah, it's a real honor. I've been so blown away by the team here. They've put on already. It's only day one, but they've already put on an incredible festival, and we're honored to bring this to the crowd and hope that they enjoy it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.